All right, so I'm here for the bullshit today. So I made a post on Facebook, and the post says that when kids fear no one, parents, teachers, coaches, judges, police, we are all in danger. Let's bring back 1970s parenting. Ass whoopings. Be seen, not heard. Fuck your feelings. Fuck your opinions. No, you ain't going. Sit your black ass down, cause I fucking said so. Raise your kids. Now, when I made this post, I knew I was gonna get some pushback, and the pushback was almost immediate. I got people pushing back. The first response to this post was, well, before I do that, let me digress. I live in the metropolitan Atlanta area, and as of late, hell, for the last 10, 15 years, crime in Atlanta has been out of control. And I'm not even gonna lie, the problem with Atlanta crime is black people. The problem with Atlanta crime specifically is black men. Primarily, young black men, mostly, are at the heart of the crime problem in Atlanta. Now, that's not a popular statement to make. That's not something that I have any joy in making, but it's the reality. The problem with the crime in Atlanta starts with young black men. But that's not where it starts. It starts with the parents of these young black men. Because listen to my post, listen to what I said. When kids fear no one, parents, teachers, coaches, judges, police, we're all in danger. Because we are. Because ass whoopings are a thing of the past. Be seen, not heard, that's a thing of the past. Stay out of grown folks' conversations, that's a thing of the past. Fuck your feelings. Oh no, we gotta know everything you feel, everything you think. Your opinions. Every kid now, 8, 9 years old, their opinion has to be heard and respected. No, you ain't going. Does anybody say that anymore? You know, we just had a situation over the weekend where kids were shooting and someone died at Atlantic Station. You know, retail, shopping, and residential district downtown, where a group of unruly kids were put off the property because they were out there past curfew, and they were, you know, they had some kind of disturbance going on, and one thing led to another, and they started shooting at each other, and a 12-year-old boy was killed. The 12-year-old boy, upon further research, his mother was talking to the news and said that she had called the police over 30 times to come and take her son away because he was getting in trouble. He was breaking in cars. He was doing this. He was hanging with people that he shouldn't have been hanging out with. At 12 years old, and he's now dead. At 12 years old, because he was out of control. My question is this, and that's sad. My question is this: at what point do parents have to assume responsibility for these out of control kids? Because all the other kids that were involved in the situation were between 15 and 21 years old. So you got a lot of 15, 16, 17, whatever year old kids out here in a retail and residential shopping district in downtown Atlanta, unsupervised, with guns. What is going wrong here? What's going wrong here goes back to what I said on this post. Ass whoopings. Be seen, not heard. Fuck your feelings. Fuck your opinions. No, you ain't going. Sit your black ass down because I said so. What was the first comment that came in? The first comment that came in on this post. I'm not going to identify the person who made the comment, but I'm going to read the comment. All these, quote, abusive tactics are the reason why they don't respect us to begin with. Let's unpack that one. No, sir. There's nothing to unpack. I don't back down a word of what I said. The 1970s style of parenting in the black community, God damn it, it worked, because everybody I know that's in our late 40s, 50s are a much better raised, socialized demographic than these Gen Zers, okay? Because You didn't have a right to say whatever the fuck you wanted to say around grown people. You didn't have a right to put your opinion out there along with the grown people's opinion so that your opinion could be respected. Your mama didn't have to understand everything that you felt and everything that you thought. It wasn't required. You go to school, you get your grades, you come home, you do your chores, you do whatever you're supposed to do. You do what your mama say, you do what your daddy say. That's just the way the fuck it was. It's not about, oh, well, I mean, he's 8, but he has feelings, and we need to understand his feelings. We need to understand when we tell him to take a bath, and he doesn't want to take a bath at 8 o'clock because he feels like 8 o'clock is too early, or he feels like he should be at least able to stay up until 8:30 because he's really not sleeping. Fuck that! Get your black ass in the tub at 8 o'clock. Why? Because I said you need to be in the tub at 8 o'clock. You need to be in the bed at 8:30. Point blank, period. Ain't no conversation. What the fuck do an 8-year-old, why does an 8-year-old opinion have to be respected in the household? Ain't how this works. The household is supposed to be a dictatorship. The adults in the house who pay the bills, who provide the food, clothing, and shelter, are the dictators. What we say goes. Period. Point blank. The end. Oh, why can't I go? Well, you need to explain to him why you don't want him to go downtown and why you don't want him to go riding around with these people. Because I said so. Dictatorship. You want to get out of the dictatorship? Find a way to provide your own food, clothing, and shelter. Then you can be out of the dictatorship. Why is a 12-year-old out of control? A 12-year-old is out of control because he was out of control when he was 6. A 12-year-old is out of control because he was out of control when he was 8. A 12-year-old don't just become... Let me put it to you like this. If you buy a litter of puppies, if you buy a litter of Rottweiler puppies, okay? And you have 10 Rottweiler puppies in this litter. And you take these puppies from the time they're born, and all you do is feed them and pat them and play with them and play kissy face with them because they're little and they're cute. Because everybody knows that puppies are cute. Puppies are very cute. And you want to play with them and you want to kissy on them. And you want to, oh, he's so cute, mom. And you just feed them. Take that litter of puppies and don't train them. Don't teach them where to go take a dump. Don't teach them where to pee. Don't teach them not to climb on your furniture. Don't teach them not to snap at your ankles. And raise those puppies like that. With no structure and no guardrails, no guidelines whatsoever. Just let them grow up. Just let them grow up. And keep all 10 of those puppies in your house. And you know what you're going to have in 2 years? You're going to have some big ass, heavy ass, strong ass, Rottweiler, grown ass dogs that's going to be tearing your shit up left, right, every single day, 365. You're going to have a problem. Because you can't train them once they get to be 80, 90, 100 pounds. Because now they're big enough to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And they're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And you ain't going to be able to stop them. Because now, all the shit you should have did when they was 3 and 6 and 8 weeks old and 2 months old, all the shit you should have did then, it's too late to do it now. So, you can say what you want to say. This other person says to me, I raised a bunch of kids and didn't have to be violent with any of them. Wow, okay. The ones that are defiant and disrespectful have definitely been hit before. Being abused by someone says that says they love you does a whammy on your perceptions. First of all, if you're an effective parent, abuse and... I don't think that all the parents of the 70s were abusive. I don't think that the teachers were abusive. See, because we got our ass tapped everywhere. You got women's at home, you got women's at church, you got women's at school, you got women's wherever you show, not, you know, Is there a conversation to be had about corporal punishment? Of course there's a conversation to be had about corporal punishment. But the underlying, the overall line that I'm pushing here is that when it's necessary, it's necessary. At the appropriate time and at the appropriate age. When it's necessary to kind of keep things in line. Like I said, when you're raising them Rottweilers, do you have to smack them on the nose with the rolled up newspaper all the time? Do you have to grab them by their head and shake them all the time? No, it's when they do certain shit, you got to let them know, hey, you ain't gonna do this. And hey, this is Boss Hogg right here. I'm in charge. See, because you gotta play that alpha role and let them know who's in charge. And if you do that early enough, and if you do that often enough, then yeah, you don't have to be abusive. Because when it gets to the point where your discipline has to be abusive, then you've already lost. You already have lost control. When it gets to the point where you have to grab a 14 or a 15-year-old, slam them into a wall, wrestle with them on the couch. When it gets to that point, you've already lost control. Because that shit should have been dealt with when they was 6, when they was 7, when they was 5. That's when all that shit should have been dealt with. That's when those lines should have been drawn. So you argue with me all you want to. I said what I said. The problem in Atlanta is weak-ass parents not raising your kids. That's why Atlanta is a fucking jungle right now.